would you like to come back to my place and continue the night? And he's like, absolutely. She goes, well, I need to tell you something before we go back there. I have a 9-inch cock.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm open for it. My gosh.
No. My first question is, here's my first question though. Real or fake?
This one's real.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. In studio today, I've got my beautiful, lovely co-host,
Amy. I got to introduce myself. All right. Hi, everyone. Hello, world.
We got to mix it up a little bit. I can't just do the same thing every time.
No. How are you doing today?
Good. Welcome back.
Thank
You're getting, you got a little break here before your next semester.
I do, yeah. I'm
excited.
very excited. It's nice. You're going to take advantage.
I am going to take advantage
We've
of
already
you.
got stuff lined up almost every week.
Yes.
Couple times a week.
Getting shows planned.
Yeah.
We have just signed up for another block of episodes, so we're excited to continue this process.
Yeah, it's growing. You said it's growing really big.
Yeah, thank you, audience.
We're going international now.
I see that we do have quite a few international listeners when I look at the little dots on the map where people are tuning in from.
Yes, that's wonderful. That's really exciting. We just keep building. You know, we got to get a PR rep. We got to get somebody out there.
Yeah, we're working on that. So
yeah.
We wanted to make sure that our advertisers, our soon-to-be sponsors, know that we're serious about this topic and we're having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of feedback from everywhere.
Yeah,
from people that we know and running into people that have listened to it. So it's becoming really popular.
It can be a good or bad thing running into people that have listened to the show.
Yeah,
they know a little too much about you.
I know. Yeah, and you as well. Going on dates. Am I this? Am I that? Yeah, that's funny. All right.
So in studio today, and we're excited to have him. He's filling in here at kind of last minute. We really appreciate it. We have our sugar daddy, Joseph, back in the studio. How are you doing this morning, Joseph?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
So if you recognize that voice, you'll know him from a few episodes ago. But he was with our co-host, Angie. This time we have our beautiful co-host, Amy, and she hasn't actually heard that episode yet. So we may repeat ourselves a little bit, give you a recap of what Joseph is all about and his story and his adventures. But I know that we wanted to continue the conversation and check back in with him.
Yes.
So
that's exciting. I'm really excited. Okay.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
So Joseph is the one who had the innocent dinner date, and that kind of started his journey into becoming a sugar daddy. Why don't you recap us on that just really quickly, and then we'll kind of get into some other things.
Yeah. So just a real quick recap. I actually used to travel for a living. So every week I'd jump on an airplane, go somewhere in the country. And I did that for a total of like 6 years.
Okay.
And that got really lonely.
Yeah, it does.
So I got tired of eating by myself, and you know, you work with people, like the people I was going to visit and whatever. And like, I spent all day with you. I don't want to spend
the nights with you.
The night with you either, right?
Yeah.
I was in a restaurant in Los Angeles in my hotel, and I was kind of scrolling through my phone. And
on this site?
No, I was just like scrolling cat videos, right? I was looking for cat videos on YouTube or something.
Okay, nice.
And apparently I had said at some point, like, I'm lonely or something so much that the phone kind of picked up on it. And there was
it's always listening.
It's always listening to you. So there was a pop-up ad for the Seeking site.
Oh.
And so I checked it out when I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. I could find someone to go out to dinner with me. Got on the site and started meeting people to go out to dinner with, and did that for a little bit. And then I ended up it was Reno, and same type of thing where, hey, just come have dinner with me.
That's when everything changes.
That's when everything changed. Just want someone to have dinner with me, just kind of someone to talk to, whatever. And she said, okay, but I'm at work. I don't get off work till like 10. Everything's going to be closed. I'm like, well, the hotel has a bar and a restaurant in it. So if you're comfortable, come over and whatever.
Yeah.
and we can eat here. She said, sure. And we kicked off. I mean, we just connected. Like it would just clicked. It was so
Sparks
good.
were flying. Yeah.
And then we actually closed down the bar, closed down the restaurant. And this is the funny part. Like I have this really weird thing about going to the restroom in like public places type of deal. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to go up to my room and use the restroom. It's
Right.
like, I have to go too. Can I come up?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Clueless.
He's so
Clueless.
naive.
Yeah.
Like, sure, whatever. Come on up.
Sure, come to my hotel room.
Yeah.
I go to the restroom, or she goes first, and then I go to the restroom and come out, and we talk a little bit, and she goes back into the restroom, comes back out, and then she kissed me. And then the next morning, I'm like, there's more to this site than I realized.
Oh, that's cute. Well, that's really sweet, though.
But the big
Aw.
problem was, how do you explain that to your wife?
Yes.
Wait, so your wife, you were married?
Still am.
Oh,
Yes.
she found out.
Yeah, she found out. It wasn't.
So it's an open marriage now.
It's an open marriage now, yeah. So we
well,
had.
I mean, hey, that's a positive thing.
It was a positive. So it definitely.
And
definitely
you're
helped out.
radiating and you seem happy, and that's great. And you guys are stronger, I'm assuming.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
much
that's
so.
beautiful. Yeah. That's great. Women out there, like, be open to it because look at
Well-
this happy gentleman.
And we interviewed a Dr. Sugar Daddy a few episodes ago, and he
Opposite.
couldn't
Yeah.
be open with his wife. And it's tough because now he's sneaking around.
Yeah.
And you're kind of at a don't ask, don't tell situation.
Yep. That's where we're at. Yeah.
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 So I still
But
have.
still, I mean, it's out there though. It's like if she wanted to talk about it, she knows that she can openly talk about it with you.
Absolutely.
So that's great.
Yeah.
That's
So
wonderful.
if anything ever comes up and she questions anything, like
You just
the rule is like I have to be honest with her.
yeah,
I have to tell her exactly what's going on.
that's amazing. Wow. Ah, that's great. Yes.
And that's
good.
kind of how he
Positive.
met our co-host, Angie.
Yes. Yes.
I told you a
yes.
little bit of that story where he was interested in having a threesome, experiencing that,
Woohoo,
and
threesome.
she was the other girl.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
good. That's a good time.
But then it was fun. It was funny because we found out that we actually knew each other
Through church.
previously through church. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
So-
that's so cool. That's amazing. I mean, it's a small world, trust me. I know. It's
Very
a
true.
very small
Very
world.
true.
Amy's had a few situations come up where she's like, this world is way too small.
Yeah. It's,
People know things I didn't know that they knew.
Yeah. And I mean, it's okay. It's fine. It's just keeping stuff separate. And
Yeah.
it's hard.
So, Joseph, what do you have going on now?
Yeah. Where's your dating
Where
life?
are we at presently?
Presently, I am actually just got back on the site.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
I did.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Is that a congratulations? Because that's an exhausting nightmare sometimes.
Well, I mean, I'm sure since he's been listening to the show, I've been getting, I mean, a lot of the girls that have been on the show and that I've talked to, they're like, it's actually much easier for them now because they've been listening.
Yeah.
So I think that we're giving really good advice, and I think that people are listening and they're able to weed through that much easier, right? They're really paying attention to how their profile is set up.
Well,
That's true.
maybe we're
Yeah.
making a little bit of a dent.
I think we're making a huge dent. Don't say that. Don't undersell us. We are definitely making a huge dent.
There you go.
It needs to be out there.
It does.
Yeah, all
right.
perspectives.
So you're on the site.
Yep. So kind of going through and fishing through everything, going through everything again. This actually reminded me because I texted you previously when you and Angie were talking about the girlfriend experience on her site. You guys talked about coming up with the boyfriend experience.
Yeah, you actually mentioned that.
I actually had that experience once,
Oh.
and it was fantastic.
Okay. So this girlfriend experience.
Well, no, we're here to talk about the
The
boyfriend,
boyfriend
experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Angie tried out the girlfriend experience. Hey,
Oh, where you like you did her profile? Is that
yeah, we
what you're
talked
talking
about it, and then
Oh, that's
she's
right,
done
yeah.
an experiment with it, and it's completely changed
the type of guys that
that
she's
they're responding to her site.
Oh my gosh.
He tried the opposite, the boyfriend,
Boyfriend
experience. Tell us about that.
So when I first got on the site, okay, now I understand what this is about.
Right.
Now I set up my profile to actually be the boyfriend experience. And I actually worded my profile like to the point where, okay, what do you have around the house that needs done that you don't know how to do? I'll do it.
Oh.
And I had this beautiful, beautiful woman message me back. She was older, just recently divorced. And she was just trying to get everything set up. Like she didn't know how to fix the dishwasher that was broken or unclog the sink. And
Right.
she had a TV that she wanted hung up on the wall, and she just moved into this new house and she didn't have a lawnmower, and the grass is all growing up.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. That was my
Oh my gosh.
How
many
sugar
pictures
part.
and TVs have I hung for you?
Oh my gosh. Like
I
all
gave
of
you the
us.
boyfriend experience
Yeah.
for a long time.
Oh my gosh. Yes. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. So keep going.
So yeah, that was my sugar. Like, hey, you need this
Yes,
stuff done, and I can do all of it because
Yeah.
I know how to do it. And I'll hang your TV and put in a new sliding glass door. And
Yeah. That's so arousing. That's very, it's like the
Oh, my-
handyman. It's the handyman.
it's the handyman thing.
Yes, the handyman experience.
My ex-wife,
Oh.
when I would walk around with a power tool, she would just melt, and she's like,
Yeah, there's something about it. I tell you what, there's
Yeah.
something about a man like doing stuff. Like I see a man underneath of his sink, and I'm just like, I just want to climb on top of you. I just like, tell
I
me
think I
what
saw that on Pornhub.
Yeah, probably.
a few times.
It's a real thing.
I believe
It's
that's a
very
scenario.
real. It's very real. It's so real. Like it really does happen. It's so arousing. It's like, oh, that's my man.
Well, my ex-wife used to say, if you can't find them handsome, at least find them
Find 'em
handy.
handy. Yeah,
But then she'd
that's
wink and go, but you're both.
That's cute. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to do this, and the sugar.
She reciprocated, and
It was awesome.
it was amazing. Yeah,
Oh
it was.
my gosh! Are you going to do that again, or
I can't. I want to,
Oh,
but I can't. Like
Okay,
I just
why
don't
is-
have the time that it takes to put into that.
right?
Yeah, there is a commitment.
There's
Right.
a big time commitment for that, which I don't.
just don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with everything.
So, hey, there, all you handy men, charge up your power tools
Yeah.
yeah.
and your
Learn to lay
skills,
tile.
and you may
Something,
be able to trade.
Learn to tile. Be there for like a week.
You might be able to trade services for services.
yeah, exactly.
That's the old barter system.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of experienced something like that. I helped you out. I ended up helping you. So that was a work experience.
Oh, was I giving you service?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess, I suppose.
No, I actually helped Amy move into her apartment, move some furniture, hang some.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of
yeah.
stuff.
Pretty much everything in my
Yeah.
apartment was hung by him.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
but I don't remember getting the same exchange that Joseph got.
Baloney. Don't even try pulling that. Come on. No. He got it plenty. He got it plenty.
I think
Almost
I compensated
every day.
you for doing all that work.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, you should see the
glare
looks.
right now.
My goodness, it will open up that can of worms if you really want to. But
You should see the looks I'm getting from Amy at this
I
point.
don't think so, Scooter. But anyway, so what are you looking for now? Like, what does your profile look like now?
Right now, it's still my same as my previous profile. So I'm looking for something during the days because that's what
Right.
works best for me.
Yeah.
Because I do have a wife and kids at home, so
Yeah.
I can't do evenings, I can't do weekends. It's got to be during the day.
Yeah.
I don't know really because
Yeah.
the last time I was here, we talked about this, and I got back on the site to kind of do a little bit of research,
yeah,
right?
that's what you were saying.
And I was looking through the profiles, and I said nothing had changed, right? Everything I was looking for it the same way, but I think that was because I was looking at it for research purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing changed, but now I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, I don't want
Yeah.
what they're listing in their profile. Like, okay, it's not there. Like, I want something a little bit deeper
Yeah.
than what a lot of what I'm running across.
Yeah.
Because how I have my profile set up right now is when you have on your profile married but looking, you get a whole different
Sure,
realm of ladies.
you do.
Right?
Is it better or worse? Because I tend to go for married guys.
She likes the married but looking ones.
Yeah.
Usually, at least on my end,
Yeah,
usually it's worse.
it's oh gosh.
Yeah, usually it's like,
Really?
I don't mind being direct, But when your first text to me is $500, $600, $700,
Oh, yeah,
this
they
is what
do
you're going to
that.
get, what you're going to get, what you're going to get. I'm like,
Yeah.
hi,
Hi.
Like,
First
how
of
are
all.
you?
Yeah. Hi.
Right.
nice
Yeah.
to see you. Like,
Yeah. That'd be
So-
irritating. Yeah.
and that's typically what I've run across with Married But Looking is I typically get that.
Really.
So I have to rework my profile and say, okay, what do I have to do to get a
this.
different class?
Right.
Yeah. The king.
I noticed that the people that message me that are from, let's say, Arizona, or if I'm in Texas, it says they're from Texas. You ever get those?
Oh, yes.
Those are 95% of those are fake profiles
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
because
I mean,
they don't have a location on there. They just
Yeah.
basically a general state that they're from.
Right.
I have found, now I did meet someone from eastern part of the state who had put that, and she didn't put her town on there because she is in a very small town that's like 3 hours away from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's one of the very few. But I was able to vet her because she had some pictures in there that were kind of local and of local scenery.
Pictures are so important.
They really
Pictures are so important.
Yeah.
The other one that I kind of steer away from too is along the same lines. Like, yeah, they may put like Los Angeles, California, or Phoenix, Arizona,
Yeah.
or whatever. But then you scroll down a little bit, and you see like their last location or last login or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like India.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah, they do have that
so
on
they
the
have,
site.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you have to pay for the upgrade for that, right?
I don't know if you have to pay for the
No.
upgrade. I think it's just, but they do show that what country they logged in from. So I just got one from an Asian girl. Says, "Hi, I am from Malaysia. I have been in America for 8 years. I am divorced. My friend recommended me to try this website. I'm single and I need to find Mr. Right.
She literally.
I
looks like
live
she's
in
the-
our town. I want to make it clear that we need to get to know each other before we can meet or have dinner." That means she wants something up front.
Yeah.
Yep.
She wants like that online
Let's
stuff.
say her profile is 3 days old, and all of her pictures are very foreign, of definitely an Asian country.
Oh my God, I know her.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. My guy's talking to her.
Well, she's fake. That is a fake profile. 100% that's a fake profile. He can talk to her all day long. He's never going to meet this one.
Oh my gosh, you have to send me that.
See the picture?
No, I mean, he is like, so she sends him like voice
Well, yeah,
messages.
of course. But they're not local. They're trying to get you to send them things, mostly money.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
know.
I might actually take it further just to see what the angle is and just kind of
Yeah.
play along, so I'll be better educated. But I already
Yeah.
know it's a fake profile.
I think I can show you the
Save
angle.
that one.
I think I can show you the angle because I traveled to Georgia a lot for work still,
Yeah.
and she's in Georgia as well.
Well, of course,
Oh my gosh.
of course they are.
As soon as I saw that picture, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll talk to her.
I know her. Oh
Yeah.
my God, you guys, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
See, small world is just getting smaller.
Well, I mean, the people that are trying to scam the men. There's plenty of men trying to scam you also, but they
oh,
do.
trust me, I've been scammed so many times. Like guys not
or
paying
tried
me.
to scam.
and
Well, yeah, but
that pisses
the ones
me
that
off.
try to scam you online.
Oh
they-
yeah, they'll try. They'll try to get my.
I know, but
yeah.
they at least they're paying for the membership. They have to pay. Women, they can do this all day long because there's no fee.
There's no fee
Yeah.
for that.
So they
Yeah.
can create hundreds and thousands of profiles
I know.
and
I
try
wish they
all
would,
kinds of different angles,
There's
and it costs them
definitely-
nothing. At least the men trying to scam you, it does cost them.
there's like. I wish there was definitely a way to vet that, but
You know, they've gotten better, and there's no way to 100% screen the real from the fake profiles. You just
Yeah.
kind of got to be smart.
like now they have the. So I just revamped my. Renewed mine. They had to have. I had to do an email confirmation now,
Yeah.
which I never had to do before, and
Oh,
I had to
Yes,
do a
I've
code.
been- I
had to do a
gotta
code.
the code thing now.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a code that you have to do. So you're very excited to be back on.
I
Have
don't-
you?
I don't
do you
know
have
how
any
excited
dates?
he's
I don't
looking.
know how excited I would say that I am to be back on,
Oh,
but
come on! But you're gonna find somebody. So you're looking for something deeper, obviously long term. Like you're tired of kind of bouncing around, right?
correct. Yes.
And I
very
think
much so.
that's great, like fantastic. I hope a lot of guys like get to that point. I get that it's super fun.
He has to have a very specific type
Of girl.
of arrangement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get that. I understand
Like
that.
for me, I'm a lot more flexible. But he's not.
Yeah.
So he has to have somebody that works into his
But that's
schedule.
why I
and-
like married men, is because I don't like that flexibility.
I know.
I just want to be number one.
Yeah.
And number two, I guess, because he's married, right?
Married, so you gotta be
Like number
two,
two.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm number two. But it just, I like that, right? Because I know you're safe. I know where you're going every night, right? So that's like
Yeah.
one of those things. I don't know. It's nice.
Yeah, there is a lot of
Finding that is hard.
for the ladies. There's a lot of like safety aspects for the
Yeah.
married man, having a married man, because you know that he's gonna be truthful in
Yeah.
what he does. And he's not gonna be. Typically, we're not gonna be hiding as much,
Yeah.
right? Especially if it's a open relationship,
Yeah.
and then everything's gonna be safe,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about, oh, wait, do I need to go get another test done now, or
Yeah.
whatever that.
I mean,
may
that
look
is, yeah, that's definitely, that is like the one thing in my current arrangement. That is the one thing that like scares me. But I know he's been listening, because he told me the other day, he was like, I've slowed down. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't put that together, but you're not as likely to play games with them.
No,
And that's the hard part that I get from people who aren't single or who are. I mean, they love to play those games with you. Like, it's so irritating. Or they're ghost. I hate ghosters.
oh my God, ghosters.
Ghosters. Let's hear this. You got one. Let's hear it. Who was she? What'd she do?
Okay, I've had quite a few actually. But
Did you get the girl that have you gotten the girl that was like the lingerie? That wasn't what you know.
No,
The scammer girl? Well,
No.
no, he wouldn't know that
Oh,
scam
gotcha,
until
gotcha.
she shows up.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing talking about that one before. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
She just got
Somebody else.
one of our guests, our recent guest. She had met a guy who was only 30, and he got scammed by the same girl. So she's making her rounds.
Everyone beware.
Yeah, so we're
Yep.
trying to get the word out, and that's actually, I mean, that could be a common scam. I mean, she's the only one that I've heard of using it, but it could be replicated very easily.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that, girl, though, because there's a lot of.
Yeah, and the scam we're talking about for those that are tuning in for the first time is she'll actually show up to your house. Then she asks for some money up front because she's been quote unquote scammed herself before.
Yep.
And then mysteriously gets a phone call from her father, has to go FaceTime in the car, and on her way out, she asks, what kind of lingerie do you want, to make it a little teasing. Do you want red or black? Gets in her car, turns around, and leaves.
Drives off.
See ya. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Call the cops, say I gave this girl some money, and she didn't do what she was going to do?
Yeah. She's.
Yeah, she knows
she's
it's a
bad.
game she can get away with
Oh, it's bad.
until
Yeah.
she meets the wrong person.
That's very true.
I know.
And that's going to come down.
I know it's gonna be
Karma.
bad. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Karma's
bad.
bad.
Okay, so I really want to hear your ghosting experience. What happened?
So I guess ghosting is ghosting. I get that, but
Yeah.
for me, the one that hurt the most out of all the ghosting was that boyfriend experience girl that I had.
Yeah.
I put so much into it. And for me, like I said before, the friendship part of things
Right.
is more important than anything. Like when the sugar part's over, I still want us to be friends.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of hurt me, because she had totally agreed with it.
Yeah.
And then we said, okay, she got a new job, schedules didn't work out. We're going to have to kind of move on and things.
Yeah.
Just completely blocked me on everything, ghosted me.
Really?
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
like,
and you don't know why. That's happened to me before too.
yeah, like why?
I was talking with this girl online. I hadn't met her yet. We'd taken it off the site, and then all of a sudden, we're having this great conversation. We were supposed to meet, and then I tried to confirm, nothing. All of a sudden, I went to her back to the messages online, and I'd been blocked,
Yep.
gone.
Oh man.
But I know she's still active. Do you know, Joseph, how to tell, besides setting up a separate profile and researching their name to see if they're active again, but do you know how to tell if you've been blocked on Seeking or if they've just deactivated their account? I figured out how to tell.
No.
Yeah, so what you do is when you go to the site and you scroll down and you see that they have the big line
Yeah.
through there, no picture anymore.
Yeah.
Well, if it says attractive member or something like that, they're off. They're off the site completely. But if it still has their username, that means like they've just either temporarily deactivated their account or you've been blocked. Now, how do you tell the difference? Well, when you click on their name, if it doesn't go anywhere, you've been blocked. If it goes to a different page and says this person may have deactivated their account, then they're just temporarily off. And they're not talking to anybody.
Gotcha.
I figured that out.
Oh, that would actually be really nice to know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just curious. Like, I just get curious because all of a sudden I see these messages and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, but I still see their username. So I know their username is they're still active, but they just deactivated their account temporarily. And people come on there and go. I've seen people that all of a sudden they'll pop up again, then they'll go off and they'll pop up again. Maybe they found an arrangement, but they don't want to delete their account.
Yeah.
So they'll deactivate it. And that's fine. That happens all the time. This one I've just scrolled to. If I tap on her name right here and it goes to this page, profile not available, well, then she's just not available. Like, she's off the site.
She's off the site. Yeah.
But there's others I can click on and it won't go anywhere.
Oh.
You've been blocked, my friend.
Yeah. Always learning things on this.
Well,
It's awesome.
they do change the software occasionally, and I kind of learn new things every now and then. And sometimes they have glitches in their software. They had a glitch for a while where even if somebody's account was deactivated, you could click on quick profile view
and still see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that was on there for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and they figured it out and they closed that loophole. Yeah.
Well, that's probably
I mean, the
good
software
thing.
isn't perfect, and there's lots of moving parts to it. So I get where,
but it's
I've done some
definitely-
software development. There's always little bugs here and there. And you know what? Now that I'm divulging that, they'll probably change that aspect. But
Way to go.
Why would they even care, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is, everyone does wonder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's definitely been guys that have done that to me.
Yeah. So that's kind of some things that I've learned over the years, just out of curiosity. Sometimes I don't know what happened. Like, they're just gone.
We don't know. And for
That's
me,
for various reasons, but you don't get an explanation.
Yeah. And especially for me, that bothers me. That
Mm-hmm.
really gets to me.
Yeah.
And not so much where it like affects my self-esteem or anything,
Yeah.
but it's just like,
Why?
why? What did I do?
Yeah.
Did I say something
Yeah.
wrong? What did I
Yep.
do? Like,
Yeah.
so
I had that happen.
Well, ghosting is such an easy way out.
Yeah.
it is. It's
And blocking people is just such an easy way. You know what? Maybe they're having something going on, block. And then, and the thing on Seeking is once you block somebody,
you can't unblock
you can
them.
never unblock them. They're
Well, you
gone
have
forever.
you have to just basically delete your profile.
Because there was a girl that I was talking to, and I had mentioned her in past episodes, and I really wanted to meet her. She's on the other side of town. We just never could figure out a time to meet. Well, finally, I just had enough, and I just called her out on her bullshit, and she blocked me. Well, after a little while, we kind of reconnected, and actually we got on really good terms. And we started talking on the phone in really good terms. But I'm blocked forever now. She can never unblock me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did it at the moment because she was upset.
Pissed off.
Yeah.
She got pissed
Have
off.
you
that I
met her
called
yet?
out. No, still haven't met her.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh.
I am
Will
not-
he ever learn?
No, I'm not. Well, I haven't made
any.
any effort because
Yeah.
I've been narrowing my search. I'm still on the site, but it truly is for podcast research.
Yeah.
And I still,
That's basically what I'm doing.
yeah, I let my membership renew, and that's very rare that I ever go 2 months in a row. Usually after 1 month, I've got enough prospects, I guess you would say.
Right.
And then now I'm trying to narrow it down. And what gets really tough for me
Yeah.
is when you got 2 or 3 that you really like a lot. Well, first of all, I'm on a budget. I don't have unlimited
Yeah.
money tree
Yeah.
in my backyard.
Yeah.
So that kind of plays a role. And then second, there's certain aspects of each one I really like, and I don't want to have to narrow it down to one. And so I'm kind of hoping that they just kind of, through attrition and just natural
selection, weed themselves out.
just kind of weed themselves out, so it'll make my job easier. But lately I've been finding that that's not happening. They're like wanting to stick around, and I'll figure it out. But
I have my vote.
you do. I know. I
Yeah.
know.
So I think that's what I should go for.
There was a girl that sent me a message that that one of the men had sent her on the site.
Oh, that's awesome.
So she's
love
unbelievable.
hearing
Like
those.
she's been on the site for a very short time, just signed up. She's gone through a divorce recently. Thought she'd try it out. She's 51 years old.
Okay.
Very beautiful woman. And she gets this message from a 28-year-old on the site, 28-year-old sugar daddy.
Okay.
That innocent smile's a turn on. And she goes, haha, thanks. And she gives him access to her private photos. And he goes, oh, of course, babe. Think it'd look even better wrapped around my cock if you can handle that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
my gosh. Are you?
Why?
So this is your intro
Yeah.
to somebody that you think is attractive and you want maybe to meet?
Oh,
She's-
he's 28. Yeah.
yeah. She's not meeting you.
No.
No.
But this is
Not
how
even
the
close.
like young guys. This is how the young guys are.
Are you-
I have a
Are you getting these kind
no.
of messages?
So I have it set to where I'm only meeting like literally 38 and older, like 38 to 60.
You don't allow
No.
people under that
I don't
to a
know.
message?
I don't want to because they send crap like that. I mean, they
I would
literally
never. You would never, Joseph. How are
No.
you ever going to find what you're looking for seeing stupid ass messages like this?
I don't know.
Are you just getting your jollies? I mean, what kind of women are going to respond to this? Now, if I had months of chemistry with this one and we'd had a lot of playtime, I could say something like that and we would know. We
Yeah.
would just go. That's our banter.
That's a different scenario.
yeah, it's a different scenario. But this
Not
is your
right out the
opening
gate.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys listening, don't do that. Don't.
Yeah.
It just girls are frustrated with a lot the way they get treated and the messages that they get on the site. and that's not
Again,
helps.
the babe aspect is
Calling you babe.
yeah. The pet names.
Amy doesn't like pet names right off the bat.
Oh.
Can't stand it.
Hi, babe. What are you doing tonight? Want to come over?
No, yeah, I get that a lot, a lot. And it's no, like, don't call me babe. I'm not your babe. We haven't even met.
Okay, so then my question for you then is this.
Yeah.
So is there a difference to you then for people who are just saying it versus someone who was raised in the South where everybody is babe,
Hun.
sweetie, hun?
Okay, hun is not babe. Babe is like what you would say to, so my family, the majority of my family is from the South
Okay.
and the deep South. So, but it's
Deep South.
yeah, deep South. Yep. And they say hun a lot, like, oh, bless your
But
heart.
that's
hun.
usually
And it's-
that's usually your waitress at the local cafe.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even if it's on Bumble or Hinge, if they lead off with babe, that to me, like, he's saying that to multiple people, right? I think a pet name, for me, a pet name is very, like, that's something special, right?
Yeah. I give you
So,
that.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't want to be called babe because I think that I hold that as something very special. I think that's something that, like, I don't, maybe I wasn't called it enough. I'm not sure. Maybe I was never spoken to sweetly like that. So it's now I'm like, okay, well, now it's, but for me, it's special. And I don't know a lot of girls that do like it, right? I think they think immediately what I think of is like, this guy is saying this to so many people. I am nothing special to him. He's not taking the effort and the time to really give me something special, right? It's just...
I get a lot of first messages from girls. Hi, baby. What are you up to?
Yeah.
You get that? a
Oh,
lot?
yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They send it to us all the time. Like that's
Yeah.
Well,
but-
that's just, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys like that? Honestly?
You know, I've had
You just don't care. Like, I don't know. But
whenever some of the first messages, or even when I take them off the site and they go, oh, babe, that sounds great, or yeah, I'd love to meet you, babe, or something like that. Actually, it kind of softens it up a little bit for me.
babe?
Yeah,
Getting called babe?
yeah.
Oh.
Because now
I
I
can
know
see
that.
that.
I know that they're a little bit, getting
Okay.
a little, a
Yeah.
little bit cozy to you. There's a word for it, but I can't remember.
Okay.
But
I could see that.
It doesn't bother me. Like I actually kind of like it a little bit that they're
Pretty.
that they're not going to be so black and white, or that they're going to be it's going to be a little bit of a softer interaction.
I got it. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So-
I get it. And how do you, like, what's your thoughts on that? What does that do for you?
Babe doesn't really do much for me. Definitely whatever you do, don't call me daddy. I don't want to be called daddy.
Don't call me that. God, somebody did that to
Oh
me
no.
recently, and I'm just no.
Hey, Daddy.
No.
What about like have you guys
Tell
ever
me
been
what you want, Daddy.
Yeah, have you guys ever been called
Don't
like
call me Daddy.
Have you guys been called big boy? Like, hey, big boy.
You might have.
No, but I mean, honestly, has somebody ever done that? Like, how fun would that? I wouldn't do that. I just want to be like, hey, big boy, how you doing? Come my way.
If you did that, we'd all melt. We'd just all melt. And we're done.
Yeah,
We're done.
Like, hello, yes, hello world. Yeah, I don't know. I just have always wondered that. I want to know what the best pickup line is that you guys have, like that you guys can come up with, like on the spot.
Oh, I'm horrible at pickup lines.
Yeah.
Horrible. I couldn't even come up with one.
Right now, what's the
'Cause
best
I
one
don't
that you've
use 'em.
heard? What's the best one that you've heard?
Well, I mean,
Besides, like the really sweet messages, I love those. Like, that's what I like. I like the really sweet, intimate, like, okay, so on my profile, like, it's not up right now, but on my profile, I've switched it to where I have a question. And there was actually a guy who did not answer my question. Like, the ones that don't answer, I usually just I ignore them. Right? Because it lets me know you have not read my profile, right?
mm-hmm.
And so he just he had this message and it sounded very generic, right? It sounded like a copy and paste situation. And I kind of called him out on it because he has in his profile, you can tell that he's like, I want something like intimate, like somebody who's going to pay attention. And I see that pay attention and really taking the time to get to know me. And yet you didn't take the time to read my profile. So I kind of called him, like, I was just trying to let him know, like, hey, listen, if that's how you feel, I feel that you should do the same, reciprocate, and definitely take the time to read my profile.
Absolutely.
Because in there it says, now that you know a little bit about me, let's ask a fun question. Like, what is your favorite, like, who was your favorite your crush growing up?
Oh, is that your question? I
was
saw
my
your
question.
profile and you did have a question there. I don't remember what that was.
That's a good
Well, I'll
one.
tell you
Yeah.
what, Joseph does read every profile.
That's great.
I
That's
do.
how it should
Yeah.
be.
I do. And I actually really like the ones that have like the little questions
Yeah.
or the ones that are like, if you read my profile, text me the color orange.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I do see that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do see
I like
quite
that
a bit.
too. And guys will do that too. But I tried it out and I had, like, who was your favorite Hollywood crush growing up? And I mean, I was getting all these messages and a lot of guys were just like, thank you for actually taking the time and blah, blah, blah. So I would say do something like that. Like, if you're really serious about finding one guy, like, do that. But he didn't. So I messaged him and I was just like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm not trying to be mean here, but did you actually take the time to read my profile?
Yep.
Or did you copy and paste? This is my view of it. This is what my takeaway from it was, that you didn't. And it feels like a copy and paste situation. And he got so mad. He was like, well, I didn't know that it was like, this was a stipulation for you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. So again, I said, I was not meaning it and to be mean or to like call you out. It just was, if I am going to be with somebody, I noticed that your profile says this, and I listed it all out. And I said, but are you doing that with mine? Because it doesn't feel that way. And he blocked me.
How do you know?
Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
gone, yeah.
It's completely gone. And I was like, okay, like, I pissed him off. But I mean, I felt like he needed to be called out on that because it says that he's looking for something serious. And I also looked at how long he was on the site for.
He's not.
I don't think he is. No. So I deleted my old profile, made a new one. And
Just like recently?
yes. And they're the same guy. I was seeing this guy, like, I've seen this guy before I met my guy right now. We met a couple of times. We did stuff a couple of times. Married, right? Saying, oh, I am looking for. And I was like, perfect. Great. He was like wanting to meet like once or twice a week.
Checking all the boxes.
Oh, everything. We sat there. The first date that we had, we sat there for like 6 hours. He was awesome. He was wonderful. He was like, oh, he started telling me all about his kids, and it was really great. And the sex was good. Like he did, he knew what he was doing. So I was like, okay, well, we can, let's definitely keep this going. And I mean, he loved it. But he was like, oh, I've got to go out of town. And then he kind of did the ghosted thing. And I mean, it really hurt my feelings. And
See,
I
doesn't it, though?
I reached out to him and I was like, did I do something wrong? And because I don't like that. Like I'm genuinely looking for somebody when I'm looking for, and I really want I want the friendship and I want the connection and I want all that. Like that's what I crave because I need that. And in addition, I do need help. Like I wouldn't be on this site if I didn't. I assure you. Like I would not be.
Yeah.
Man, it hurt so bad because I'd never felt so rejected. It really hurt. It really messed with me, and I had to let him know. And he said that he was like in a funny place. He was like, I'm not trying to be mean. He's like, I'm having a hard time dealing with this. My wife, I'm just feeling really guilty about it. Well, then I make this new profile, right? And he's one of the first guys that messages me.
Okay. So that's what I was thinking. Did he catch feelings? Is that what maybe put him in that funny place?
No,
but after
that,
because I thought the same thing too, and then after that, it was like okay, because
he didn't recognize your new profile as being so he just
because I have different pictures, right?
He decided that you weren't for him.
I don't know. I mean,
hate
he
to tell
never
you that.
said he never. Well, but I mean, how could I not be? Like
I don't know. How could you not be?
I mean, like we literally every time we hung out, it was for hours. And I mean, he was like, he would tell me, he was like, you're exactly what I was looking for. He's like, this is the best thing to happen to me.
Something changed his mind.
But what?
I know we don't have answers to those, and that's what's tough about it.
But it hurts.
It happens to us too.
I know.
Yeah.
All the time.
No, it does.
But I feel for you guys. Like that hurts. That sucks. Like why? Why can't you just tell me the truth, right?
Yeah.
Even if it hurts, like that's okay. At least now I know.
I would rather know.
Exactly.
I would rather know.
Oh God, it drives me. I'm like you. It's not the fear of getting hurt. It's just like the not knowing. It literally, because I'll sit there and even now it festers and it just like,
But then it gets to a point where you have to get kind of cocky and like, it's their loss. Whatever. It's their loss. They lost it.
They did.
They had something good and they lost it.
They did. They threw it away.
Yeah, it's like I've said on other episodes, they've got problems.
Yeah.
If you're confident in yourself and you know what you have to bring to the table,
right,
then they're missing out.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what a great girl you are.
Yeah, thank you. That's very sweet.
Yeah, or
Thanks.
a great guy that we are.
Yeah.
So my friend this weekend was telling me this crazy story about
stories.
A guy that she knows on the site. I don't know if she'd met him or he was a friend, but I think she'd met him on the site. He goes out with one of the most beautiful girls this weekend that are on the site. She was drop dead gorgeous,
Do you have pictures?
blonde. I don't have pictures. They have a great evening. They have dinner, drinks. He thinks he has hit
The jackpot.
the jackpot.
Yeah.
She's like, well, would you like to come back to my place and continue the night? And he's like, absolutely. She goes, well, I need to tell you something before we go back there. I have a 9-inch cock.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm open for it.
So now,
my gosh.
No. My first question is, here's my first question though. Real or fake?
This one's real.
Real. Okay.
And still attached.
Still attached.
Oh.
And as I was scrolling through, because I wanted to talk about a couple things, I'm scrolling through just my search right now of people that are online. Yeah. And sure enough, there's a couple that are openly saying, I am transvestite.
Gender.
Or transgender.
Gender.
Transgender. Transgender, yes.
Transgender.
I am transgender. Yeah, there's quite a few. Actually, I get quite a few of those pop up, and they'll tell me like straight up
right off
that they are because they
would
disclose
you guys,
that.
Honestly, would you guys ever try it?
You know, I am not built that way.
But okay, so
a
here's
9-inch
the
cock,
thing.
I would almost like to see that.
But
holy cow. Those are goals right there.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay,
oh my God.
But here's the thing, right? So I have a lot of friends who, and I'm not going to tell you who they are specifically, but I do have like a lot of friends from way past where they've gone out, the most beautiful women, right? And then all of a sudden it happened to my brother where beautiful, and she was gorgeous.
Oh, I've seen some on here.
Now,
You
her
would never
energy,
know.
now if the energy, and my brother was like, I've run into that before, but the energy, like their energy was very feminine. Whereas if it's a masculine energy, he's not for it, right? So my brother's pansexual. and he's amazing. But he was like, you know, if the energy is feminine, like it's very different. He's like, I will never touch that, but you know, I'll let them do stuff to me. And he was like, you know, they keep their bottoms on and you know, whatnot. And it's fine. Right. So, but it just, I think it's really interesting because I mean, what if that were the case? Like, what if it's so hot and everything looks, but it's just that one thing?
Well, I was
like, would you do it and just not tell anyone? Or would you know, like what would, honestly, if it presented itself? And what if it was small?
If it presented itself, I'll be totally honest right now.
Yeah.
If it presented itself, I think if the vibe was right,
yes, very feminine,
and I had enough drinks in me, why not? Let's go.
Right. Yeah. But you wouldn't, like, you would obviously, there would be limitations.
I've seen transgender men who look like women who can walk into that bar right across the street and be the most beautiful thing that's ever walked into that bar.
And there's a lot of times,
I mean, there's some that look amazing and they're very feminine and you would never know.
Yeah.
But I came 3 minutes from being in that situation.
Okay, if it presented itself like...
And it almost presented itself to me.
Okay, but thinking about it now, I mean, he was honest. He was like, if this is what it would happen.
The one that I almost met, I was brand new on the site.
Yeah.
This 5 years ago. And she had one picture and it was her in her skirt, but it was kind of far away, like in a park or something. Somewhat attractive, but she wanted to, instead of text, she wanted to email. So I'm emailing her back. This is 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago.
I mean, but still, 5.
Still.
Yeah.
But, hey, what's your email?
I asked her to send me some more pictures, and she goes, one is pictures all you get, and maybe you're not even as good looking as your pictures. And I was like, well, that's kind of sassy, but let's meet anyway. I don't know why.
Of course.
I don't know.
Of course. Marcus
I don't know
would
why
say that.
I was so bound on me, but there was just some weird thing. Like, it was just some things that she was saying, and I didn't understand, but I was so naive. I was still brand new.
Right.
So then I'm driving to meet her in a bar at a hotel in a seedy part of town.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that's an odd place to meet, but oh well, let's do it.
Of course.
So I'm rereading her profile on my way, and it says something, and I think she changed it. It says something like, I'm the type of girl that always wears skirts, and if you like me in jeans, you're just going to have to find another girl. Who says that? Why would you even say that? What girl says that? I started thinking, unless maybe she's trying to hide something. And she said, call me when you're 5 minutes away. So I'm about 5 minutes away and I'm about to pick up the phone, but now I'm starting to have like these thoughts, and she calls me and I hear the voice, and it's the voice of definitely somebody that's transgender. 100%.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, yeah, I'm on my way, but you know, we haven't really talked about a lot of stuff. You hadn't sent me many pictures. And he goes, you're not even coming, are you? You're wasting my time, blah, 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 blah. And had like this attitude. And I'm like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm literally,
hell no.
I'm about to turn into the parking lot of this hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I turned around and I laughed. And I was like, whew, that was a close one. I don't need that. So I don't need the attitude.
So what if
Now, if she was very, very feminine
and sweet,
I probably would have continued.
Yeah.
At least the meat.
like at least the meat. Okay.
Because now I'm
So,
really
but
curious.
if you're, but now, like now,
You're trying to put me on the spot, aren't you?
absolutely. I want to know, like, would you actually go through with it? Like, I mean, Joseph has been so open, and he is a wonderfully open person and open-minded, whereas you're over here and you're like,
I'm kind of in the boat Joseph is. It depends on how late in the night, how many drinks, and
yeah, because you never know. That could be the best head you've ever gotten.
true.
The best.
And I probably
think
would
about
divulge
it.
this information to no one.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, that's
so,
fine.
maybe.
Yeah, you would divulge it to me. Obviously.
Yeah, I probably would. I couldn't. I don't think I could keep that one a secret.
Yeah, no.
I'm just not built that way, so I'm not wired that way. So asking me
I
to
don't
do
think
something,
anyone is.
No, they
until
are.
It,
There are
well,
other
I mean,
plenty
like
of people that are.
Okay, I know that, but I shouldn't say that. So I think, you know, like heterosexual men
Mm-hmm.
that are truly that way. I mean, like my brother, it literally, he did not know until it was there, and he had that happen. He had a couple drinks, and he was like, I'm either gonna really like this and I'll know something new about myself, or I'm going to really hate it and never tell anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he told me. I mean, I thought it was really interesting. I don't know. So I had to know.
All right. Okay. In typical fashion, we have run out of time.
Oh, no.
It goes so fast, does it?
Darn it.
Joseph is looking at me going, how did we just go an hour?
I know.
That's unbelievable. We just got the conversation started.
I know.
So definitely.
So many more questions I want to ask.
We
both of you
got started. I know.
Okay.
People have been scolding me.
Well, let's go over it. Let's go over a little bit.
No, they've got people coming in
you
to
do?
the studio. I only reserve the studio for an hour.
He doesn't.
Well,
we can keep going.
No, we've got to cut it off because I've got
10
places
minutes.
to be, people to do, things to see.
Oh my God. People to do. You little scandalous.
Well, we're teasing for another episode.
Oh my gosh.
Right? We just got started.
So exciting.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to thank Joseph for coming in on short notice and being my very special guest today. Amy.
Yes, thank you,
always
guys.
A pleasure.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram or TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We've got all that, and we'd really appreciate your follow. So until next episode, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.